Greetings, Emmaus Road Church. Today I'm happy to share with you some specific plans for beginning to regather. And before I do that, though, I just want to say how much I appreciate our church board's commitment to find a way forward that honors everyone's level of comfort with gathering in person. And you should know that this commitment is also shared by our church staff and our ministry leadership team. As we navigate all of this in real time, I think it's so important for us to extend grace to one another and to honor everyone's decision to worship in person or at home in the days ahead. So here's the plan in the next few weeks. On July 12th and 19th, the church sanctuary will be open for a worship watch party. That is, that those in attendance will participate in the same online worship experience that we've been having, but with the added benefit of being with one another. So attendees will be encouraged to participate in all facets of the service while being led by the video that's played on the screens. Now, that may sound odd at first, but the reason we've decided to move forward in this way, at least for a couple weeks in mid-July, is that it provides an opportunity for us to gather together for those that are ready and willing to do so and eager to do so, but it also helps provide and make sure that everyone that calls Emmaus Road their church home has the same worship experience for those 2 weeks. And the logistical reality, too, is that it also buys us some time to prepare to stream our services online. As you might guess, streaming equipment is not cheap, and it's also in very high demand these days. And so our board thought carefully about whether we want to make the investment to buy the hardware and software that's necessary for a good online streaming experience. And after making that decision, we found that what we needed to order is on back order. Now we expect to have it around the first part of July, but doing it this way buys us a couple of weeks to get the equipment that we need, make sure that we have time to set it up and learn how to use it before being able to offer streaming live of our services online. So the plan then is after the July 12th and 19th worship watch party, assuming that we're all ready with our equipment and hardware, then we will begin live and in-person services that are then streamed online on July 26th. Now, for those that are gathering in person beginning July 12th here at the sanctuary, we'll have to adopt some new habits and practices to help ensure everyone's health and safety. So I wanted to highlight what some of those practices are going to be. So for all in-person gatherings for the foreseeable future or until further notice, masks will be required. As health experts learn more about how COVID is spread, and as what we're learning is that face coverings are critical in preventing the transmission of the disease. Now, I know that everyone would rather go without a mask, but let me remind us that we are to take on the attitude of Christ, who surrendered his divine rights by taking on human flesh and becoming obedient even to death. So for Christians who are committed to following the way of Christ, we are not to demand our personal rights or preferences, but gladly give them up for the good of others. And so wearing a mask is a sign of care and concern for our neighbor. And in these odd days, one of the best ways to show love of neighbor is, in fact, to wear a mask. And so we'll have a limited number of masks available for those who might need, but we encourage you to bring your own for worship with us. The other thing is we'll be doing is practicing physical distancing. So chairs will be set up in household clusters. So we encourage you as you come in to find a cluster of chairs, sit with members of your household. And we've done our best to place chairs around the sanctuary that are far enough apart and kind of in common household numbers. But feel free to move chairs around as you need to best fit and best suit your household and your seating situation. And then also to help us maintain physical distance, fellowship areas will be moved outside on nice days. So we're going to be practicing physical distancing. Not social distancing, but physical distancing. The other thing I want to mention just briefly is our service will be designed to minimize touch as much as possible. What that means is that offering plates will not be passed. We'll have the offering boxes in the back. We'll encourage everyone to continue their generosity in giving online. Bulletins will be digital only, so we encourage you, we'll tell you how to find those, but all the announcements and things that you'll need will be available to you digitally. So we'll continue publishing our worship guides, The Church Center app will be there for announcements. And so that's a way for us to essentially fulfill the function of the bulletin, but do it in a digital manner. Also, no food or drink will be served, but please feel free to bring your own drink into the sanctuary if you'd like. And then we're going to be receiving communion each week. We'll continue to do that. It's such an essential practice for our worshiping community, but we're going to do it with individual pre-packaged communion. So that's kind of going to help us to create as touch-free of an environment as possible. And then in addition to a touch-free environment, we're going to make sure that we're cleaning carefully. So the building will be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized prior to your arrival and then after the service as well. So we look forward to seeing you, whether in person or online. Thanks so much for your continued engagement. And again, just want to reiterate how important it is to us that we move forward in a way that unites us as a community rather than divides us. We live in a world that is divided in so many ways, and we want to rise above all of that and be able to gather together as a worship community. For those who are eager and ready to do so, but for those of you who are most comfortable to remain home, then we want to be able to offer a good quality worship experience for you as well. And so let's honor one another in these days. Let's move forward in the grace and strength of God. Thanks so much. That's the plan for now. And we look forward to seeing you very, very soon.